Welcome back. In this lesson, we're gonna go step back and look back into the data dictionary views, with the goal of how to check granted privileges on a particular user or to check the roles. And a list of all data dictionary views will be provided in the lesson resources, so you can check it by yourself. But still, let's go together through a couple of them, which are the most important ones. So the first one is the system privileges view, and I'm gonna query from the user sys privileges. Notice that I'm using the user prefix. This could be also the DBA or the all prefix, right? And when I query from that view, since I'm connected with my badger user, which we created in one of the previous lessons, I'm gonna get system privileges, which are granted to our current user, right? So we can notice that we have unlimited table space, create table, and create session granted. If we want to check the object privileges, we use the user tab privileges data dictionary view, and for the example purpose, we're gonna just search for the type of table, right? So when I query from that one, we can see that our current user, which is the badger, has a couple of privileges, right? So if we go column by column, under the grantee is the user which has that privilege. The owner is under which schema that privilege has been created. The table name is the table on which we have a privilege. Grantor is the user which granted that privilege, the name of the privilege, and grantable, which would be switched to yes if we created that privilege with a grant option, as in if that user could grant that privilege further on, right? To check the roles, we're going to show a couple more data dictionary views. The first one is DBA role privileges, and we're going to check our role which we created in previous lesson. So when I query from this data dictionary view, we can see which users have assigned that privilege to. And we can see, as we did in our last lesson, our grantee capybara has that role granted to it. Other two very important data dictionary view are role tab privileges and role system privileges, in which we check system privileges and object privileges. So if we check the object ones, which is under the role tab privileges, we can see that role, who's the owner of the underlying object, the table name on which a privilege is granted, and which privilege. If we recall, this seems correct, as we assign the select and update on that row. Okay? And lastly, the system one, we assigned only one, which is the create session to that row. As said, check the lesson resources and practice all together, so combining the knowledge gained in this whole section. As the grants, together with the roles, do branch out, and there are a couple of rules that we need to know, especially for the exam. This is it for this one, and see you in the next one.